What is serialization? What is deserialization? Why it is? How you can represent? Is JSON represent serialization format? You don't have idea? Let's continue this video. Hi all, this is the fourth tutorial of Fresher series. Today we are going to discuss about serialization and deserialization. In which language you may be do the program, you can able to came to the keyword called serialization and deserialization. What is that? Why all the programming language using that? Let's we discuss on this video. This is our agenda of tutorial. What is serialization? What is deserialization? Use of serialization? Format of serialization. Let's start. First, what is serialization? Serialization takes an in-memory data structure and convert it into a series of bytes that can be stored and transferred. Actually, considering the serialization, everyone having the own definition for that. Microsoft having its own, JavaScript having its own, but all are almost same. Let's see one more definition so that you can able to relate that. Serialization is the process of converting an object into stream of byte to store object or transmit it into a memory, a database or file. Let's see the sample so that you will get the clear idea. Consider you having one integer array. It having the data of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Think about that in the memory aspect. It will not store in same memory address, right? So let me move this. It will have own its memory, right? So bear with me for my drawing. Okay, consider the 1 is storing here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here. So always the memory having its own address. So this is called in memory. So individual every elements of this array having its own memory. So we are converting this in memory data into series of bytes. So why we need to convert? For example, consider you have to transfer this object A or variable A to some remote system. So in that case you could not transfer this because it is relevant to some memory. So you need some structure to transfer that. Also it having the series of, every individual elements having their own memory address. So how we can? So here, so this A will convert into like this 1, 2, 3, 4. Consider this. Now the same array we converted into the string. The string having the set of bits and bytes. The curly braces, within the curly braces we having these elements. So now this it having the only a single memory, string. So the string itself having the collection of memories. So this is called the serialization. Consider if you having the string array. Name. So in that case, how you will have it like engine 1, engine 2, like that you will have it, right? So how this will convert? So again, this will convert like this. Curly braces. In this curly braces, it will be, if it is a string, it will have like double quotes. So based on this only the deserialization identify what is the type of this object, type of this value. Okay, you got it? So this is called serialization. Okay, think about that. If you having the complex object, I told these and all are the collections. So easily we have converted into these curly braces. Think about if you having the some complex object. Let me show you some object. Think about this object. I am having the, actually I consider the C# object. So I having the syntax like this. Think about that which language you are using. It may be a Java or Python. The same object will be there, right? You can think about that. Here I am creating one family object, it having the two property name and city. I given the value for that. How this object will get serialized? How we are going to transfer this data? So it will be same kind of things, like it will be convert again name engine comma. Actually these properties also will get wrapped. Actually in real time, if you check the serialization, how it will go, it will entirely string. Okay, so in that case already we having one double quotes outside, so how it will be, it will have some sequence, escape sequence. So in real time it will be like this, because it is entirely a string, right? So it will have the key again, so it will have again value. You got it? Actually if you are consider this family object, it will be having name will store it in one memory, city will store it in one memory, but while doing the serialization, this entire structure will convert it to like this. This is not the mandatory to convert this structure. Maybe you can go with some XML format also. For example, you can store it like family is a parent tag. See here, the same object get into serialized in the XML format. This is like a JSON format serialization. It is a XML format serialization. While discussing the format of serialization, we will go into depth. It having the elements family names. In this name we will have engine city. So those things, while deserialization, it will be get wrapped again. Okay, you are clear? Let's move on to the slide. You will get clear idea now. Serialization takes an in-memory data structure and convert it into a series of bytes that can be stored and transferred. So consider our example, in-memory data, meaning we having the integer array, right? Consider that one, we having 1, 2, 3. Everything is stored in memory data structure and it converted into series of bytes. That means the curly braces we made it like 1, 2, 3. That is the definition description here they are defining it. So come to the here, serialization is a process of converting an object into a stream of bytes. Process of converting object. Consider our sample, we converted that object into series of bytes. To store the object and we are storing that object and transmit into a memory or database. Right now we converted as a string, right? That string maybe we can save it on any text file or database, or directly we can send to the through the API. That's the reason whenever we are having the API calls, so the API call, while getting the data we need to deserialize. While sending the data we need to serialize, because we are going to send the object, but object we could not transfer it into the network. So the network will not having the better idea about the object. That's the reason the object getting serialized into a stream of bytes. That bytes get received, but still at the receiving end we need the object again. So the series of bytes again we are reconverting, deserializing to the object. Okay. Now you are clear. Let's move on to the deserialization. Before that we will see this chart. This is the object we having it. This object converted into series of bytes. This series of bytes maybe we can store it on files or database, or we can transfer to the receiver end. You are clear? Let's move on to the deserialization. What is deserialization? Again, the deserialization is a reverse process of serialization. That's what here the definition having it. Deserialization takes a series of bytes and convert it to a in-memory data structure. What we did in serialization, in-memory data to series of bytes. Now here series of bytes to in-memory data structure that can be consumed programmatically. I told, right? In receiver end they will receive and deserialize and they will use it. So same way they having series of bytes in file or DB or memory, and they are getting that stream of bytes or series of bytes and converting into the object. This is deserialization. Okay, let's discuss the use of serialization. To save the state of object. For example, think about that family object. We having the family object, it having the two property name and city, so we are giving the value. So in that case I want to store that entire object. I want to store or I want to persist that object for later reference. So in that case, there is no database directly. We could not save that object. Maybe for storing that, it will be more complex, the structure of data types and all. So in that case, that's the reason they are serializing that object and storing it. Whenever they need it, they are deserializing that one. So while deserializing, again our object will have the same property and same value. So we got our state of object. You are clear? Okay. Second point, to transfer object through the network or flow. I previously told, right, through the network we could not easily transfer our entire object as it is. That's the reason we are doing it. Okay. The third point, easy to apply security. For example, consider the right now the world is full of network based. So in that case, the security is more important. For example, you are sending the data to the network. So the hacker or someone easily block your transfer data and they can able to get it. So how this serialization is helping that? After serialization, our entire object is just as a string. So we can do encryption in the string and we can transfer it. So at the receiver end, again they can decrypt and deserialize that one. You got it? Because the string, for example, you having the ABC. So if you are sending this ABC in the network, they can easily get it what you are sending it. So instead of this ABC, you can do the encryption simply like instead of A, you can put 1, B represent 2, 3. So you are sending 1, 2, 3. So at the any hacker receiving it, they can able to see only the 1, 2, 3 because they doesn't know the encryption method what you having it. At the receiver end, they will receive it. Again, the 1, 2, 3 they will decrypt into ABC. Again, they can able to deserialize. If you are sending as an object, it could not possible because it is a string. That's the reason we can able to do it. You got it? Yeah. Okay. What is the format of serialization? One is JSON format. Right now we discussed, right, that curly braces. That is a JSON format. Actually, one thing we have to remember: JSON is not the serialization. The JSON is a type of format to store the data or represent the data, but still the JSON format JSON is a serializable. JSON is a format of data. We can able to represent the serialization data as a JSON. You are not clear, right? Let me show you. See here how the JSON structure will be like. It will be like this, right? Name. Actually, this JSON is not in the serialization format because the serialization format will be in the string. So actually, it is in the serialization format. Let me show you the same. Actually, this is the JSON, but it can be serializable, but it is currently not in the serialization format. This is the serialization format. So that's what I mean. The JSON is not the serialization, but still JSON can able to do the serialization. So while doing the serialization aspect, we are representing the JSON structure and doing the serialization. Okay, we have to differentiate this JSON serialization and JSON structure serialization. You are clear? The next one is XML format. I show you that, right? The XML format will having the series of tags. The parent and child tag will having the relationship. The opening and closing tags will enclose the what is the objects here. Think about that one what we discussed. The family is a parent object. The parent having the city and name. So while doing the serialization, they will consider the name and city as a properties of parent object, and it will have the values in between name tag and city tag. Okay. Then third one is a YAML format. The YAML format is especially made for this serialization aspect. They having some unique characteristics and spaces. Based on spaces count, they will define how many properties and childs having it. So those things. So these are the three major serialization format currently in industry world using it. Still, it is not restricted to within these three. we can have our own serialization format also, because it's just a matter of having the serialization string, right? So we can create our own structure and we can have it, right? Okay, you are clear? Okay, we will meet you on next video.